factors that come into play with autism and perhaps ADHD are vaccines. So we have to look at the root causes to toxicity, environmental toxicity, reactions to preservatives such as formaldehyde, heavy metal burdens such as mercury, other digestive issues with strep B reactions with bacterial infections, chronic latent infections, also looking at candida or a yeast overgrowth or fungal overgrowth. And there's some fantastic testing that we can do nowadays to determine what's going on and pinpoint and then treat accordingly. So,
wow, I'm amazed. So you can actually, you see a difference if you have a child come in with those classic symptoms of autism or ADHD. You would actually say you can treat it.
I think we can clear or reverse the autism a lot of the time in children too.
Really?
Now there are many factors that come into play, and it is a long process. A lot of the time there are some metabolic changes that occur with people, or there's genetic changes, but if we understand those and we treat accordingly by using proper orthomolecular or clinical nutrition, we can treat that. We look at the diet, remove the food allergies. We can also do certain advanced testing, and it's exciting to see what's actually changing and what's available now to naturopathic doctors and medical doctors. But we can do a urinary porphyrin test to tell environmental exposure to and side effects from environmental toxicities such as heavy metal burden, PCBs, those type of things. We can also do a urinary challenge test to see whether the body is storing heavy metals. We can also then look at nutritional or orthomolecular nutrition of these symptoms as well and treat them very effectively. So using omega-3s at a proper dosage, making sure that we address any nutritional deficiencies that may be there through micronutrient analysis and testing as well. So it's really exciting.
That's so hopeful. Like I didn't realize it was that set that you could treat like that. Wow, that's fantastic.
Well, it is a tragic thing from the Western side of things, because there aren't really many Western treatment options available for autistic children. They're diagnosed, and they are diagnosed to tell what form, what variant, and what symptoms they may have, and the Western system is fantastic at doing that. But as far as treatment goes, there aren't many options, so there's a lot of counseling through therapeutic I guess, speech therapies and also physical therapies, but what we can do as naturopathic doctors is look a little deeper and assist and complement really what the Western system offers. So I would also say that it's not usually a choose one or the other. It's an integrated approach that really works best. So.
And that seems to be with a lot of things you've mentioned today, that it's an integrated approach.
It is, yeah. And as we learn more about naturopathic therapeutics, we learn more about the testing capabilities and tests available nowadays, and learn about the physiological responses and the correlating biomedical approach. It's exciting to see where things are changing and how rapidly things are changing too. So that's
honestly what I'm getting out of this. Like everything you say, I'm like, that's so exciting. You know, like it's all so positive, and I love it. So. Now, we talked about a few diseases. What I wanted to chat about now is longevity. I hear it everywhere, longevity, longevity. And so before we come down with any of these diseases, or is there anything where, off the top of your head, top 10 things you can do to increase your chance of longevity?
Well, what we can do is try and avoid a lot of the carcinogens, the toxins in our environment. Some things are ubiquitous and we can't do that, so the air we breathe, we can't really wear a gas mask and walk around daily to try and prevent the mercury that is given off by coal-burning plants, etc. What we can do is optimize our nutrition to make sure that our bodies eliminate a lot of these toxins and prevent a lot of things too. So avoiding preservatives in foods, going back to the basic natural foods, the whole grains, whole foods, unprocessed foods is a great way to go. You've got a lot more fiber, a lot more nutrition. Adding fiber into the diet is a very important thing. It will bind a lot of toxins in the bowels and eliminate effectively. It's a great way to decrease cholesterol levels. Make sure that you're going to absorb your food more slowly, so it will lower your glycemic load and your index, so your blood sugars will be much more balanced. Drinking water is such a key thing too. So a lot of people are dehydrated. They chronically drink a lot of coffee. They do enjoy alcohol, but that also drains them of fluids. So overall, your cells tend to dehydrate, and when you're dehydrated, your cell function isn't as good either. So you're not going to have proper cellular communication with hormones, with nutrients crossing the cell barrier and membranes as well. So as simple as it can be to drink perhaps half your body weight in pounds, that number of ounces of water a day. For instance, if you're 150 pounds, you can drink about 75 ounces of water a day. Okay. It's a good way to flush the kidneys and eliminate a lot of toxins. And I think another key thing that's quite often overlooked is to look at humor. Well, if we laugh, we release a lot of positive endorphins in the body. We can also then boost the immune system. There have been some great studies to actually prove this through evidence-based medicine. And if we can laugh daily, or at least 2 or 3 times a week, it's a great way to kind of keep us healthy and increase our length of time. So.
That's awesome. Well, those are like actually enjoyable things. There's none of those, like, you know, sometimes you think to be healthy you've got to incorporate, you know, things in that take effort. Those are actually pleasurable.
And they're lifestyle factors, and you know, I think it's about looking at what we can do as opposed to just what we can take. And a lot of the time as naturopathic doctors we do prescribe a lot of nutrients and vitamins depending on the case at hand and what a patient may need individually. But it's about looking at what the patient can apply in their lifestyle and their diet outside of the office as well. So.
Awesome. Now you know you're going to be asked this when you come on ITTV show. So what inspires you?
Well, I think it's fantastic to learn about natural therapeutics, to see a child that has autism actually be able to speak, to communicate better, to open up that potential in people too, and to see when they're in such a rough state or when they're in such a scared or they've got their backs to the wall, to know that there is an option, there is hope, and that we can turn things around by educating them. So it really does give me a good sense and a really positive sense to help people out too, to empower them. So it's great.
Awesome. I'm so grateful for your time today and for sharing so much information with us. I thank you for the help you've shown me, for the help you're obviously giving the community, and I think what you do is inspirational, so thanks so much.
That's always a pleasure. It's great to meet you again and to be able to pass some knowledge on to other people, and I think if the world could keep learning, then I think we're going to be a better place. So
thank you.
Great. You're welcome.
Thanks again to Dr. Armstrong for his time today. I thoroughly enjoyed our chat, and I hope you did too. Now it's your turn. My contact details are below. If you have anything that's transformative, inspirational, anything that you'd like to share with the community out there, please take the time to contact me. I would love to meet you, and I would love to share your story with everybody. Thanks so much. Have a great evening.